Good morning, guys. Before we get started today, I wanted to show you something in my house that I think is pretty cool. Let me back up a little bit. This is my scratch map. So when I go to a place, what you do is you scratch it off. All right, so you can see up here I have not been, but all of the ones that are in color, I have. You see, I've got some work to do over here in this part. Another really cool thing that we like to do is that we collect postcards. So every time me or my husband go somewhere, we bring back a postcard from it. So you've got some here from Hawaii, from Jordan, from Barcelona, from Machu Picchu, from Prague. This one's from Ushuaia. That way we can kind of keep track of all of the places that we've been. Do you guys have anywhere in your house that you think is really cool that you'd like to show me? Maybe you could make me a little video and send it through. Okay, today, oh wait, I've got a bad light behind me. Today, we're back on our book, and I'm gonna present you Frida Kahlo. So where is Frida? 56. Okay, hold on. I've got to put this down. Okay, so this is Frida. And I'm sure you've seen her pictures before because she has this very distinctive unibrow. And she's kind of an icon when it comes to art. And that is for one very simple woman. One very simple reason, she's a woman. She's from Mexico. And she was an artist in a time where people weren't really talking about women artists. So she's kind of funky. Sorry, I dropped my paper. She did a lot of self-portraits. Okay, that means she mostly painted herself. And in her self-portrait, she always had that huge unibrow. So even though in real life, apparently, it wasn't that bad, when she painted herself, it was the most important thing. She used a lot of really bright colors and often painted herself with animals or, birds, which are also animals. Anyways, I'm going to read it to you. Once upon a time, in a bright blue house near Mexico City, lived a small girl called Frida. She would grow up to be one of the most famous painters of the 20th century, but she almost didn't grow up at all. When she was 6, she nearly died from polio. Polio is something that we actually have a lot of vaccines for, so it doesn't exist anymore, which is a really cool thing that we're able to do now. If enough of the population vaccinates themselves against a disease, often that disease just dies, it goes extinct. But a lot of people used to get it, and they used to die, or they used to be what you would call crippled, like they'd have problems with their legs or stuff because of it. A lot of famous people had polio, actually. Anyways, the disease left her with a limp. A limp is when you walk kind of funny, so. But that didn't stop her from playing, swimming, and wrestling like all the other kids. Then, when she was 18, she was involved in a terrible bus accident. She almost died again. And again, she spent months in bed. Her mother made her a special easel so that she could paint while lying down. For more than anything else, Frida loved to paint. As soon as she was able to walk again, she went to see Mexico's most famous artist, Diego Rivera. "Are my paintings any good?" she asked him. Her paintings were amazing. Bold, bright, beautiful. He fell in love with them. And he fell in love with Frida. Diego and Frida got married. He was a big man with a large floppy hat. She looked tiny beside him. People called them the elephant and the dove. Frida painted hundreds of beautiful self-portraits during her life, often surrounded with animals and birds that she kept. The bright blue house where she lived has been kept just as she left it, full of color and joy and flowers. Now, you can actually go visit her house where she lived, and it's like a living museum, and it's really cool. So, That's Frida. If she interests you, look it up and keep your projects coming. I'm getting a pretty steady, regular flow of them. I'll put comments on them and send them back to you. But happy Tuesday.